So it's like going to the store and they have 3 things on the shelf and you buy the 3 things and somebody else comes in and there's nothing left. Austin is really a bargain. We have a half a month's inventory, which is, if you look at balanced markets and sellers markets and buyers markets, a half of month's inventory means that the buyers go out and there's only, if buyers buy, there's only a half a month's inventory and then it's over. So it's like going to the store and they have 3 things on the shelf and you buy the 3 things and somebody else comes in and there's nothing left. So we are at historical inventory lows, and that's not just true in Austin, it's true across the country. There's a couple of things here. First, I want to just say this. I think it's really important to just look back a few years back. So if we go back to 1990, that was a recession. And Austin fared very well during that. The average sales price was $81,770 at the time and literally didn't shift. It was only an 8-month recession, but whereas other parts of the country, their prices actually got impacted, Austin was virtually not impacted at all in 1990. Now we move on to 2001 and the same thing pretty much happened. There was the market in Austin was flat. It was more of a pause. And so prices just kind of stayed the same. Whereas in a lot of areas, they actually will go down, during a recession. And then if we fast forward to 2007, which, was the Great Recession it's referred to, we got hit pretty hard as an economy because of the subprime mortgages. And so there was a lot of foreclosures at that time. But even during that period, Austin, by 2009, the recession started in 2007. By 2009, Austin prices slipped just 3.8%, which virtually is nothing. Most markets got hit 30–40%, whereas Austin pretty much, stayed the same and literally came back a year later and the average sales price restored itself to where it started pre-recession, which was at $246,432 at the time. So if you think about it, we've got University of Texas here and with the university system and people come from all over the world to study here. It's a huge, huge campus and a huge opportunity for people to really get education and a great education system. So we've got that going for us. We have, this has become a tech center. Virtually any tech company that was in Silicon Valley has a presence here now. And so with them coming here, that brings, job opportunities, it brings new business and all kinds of different opportunities. So you've got the jobs as well as the university, the tech. Here's a real interesting thing that I believe that Austin has going that a lot of areas don't. There is a migration coming from California, from Seattle, of people who have wealth and are, the baby boomers. So they're not necessarily, they're at retirement age, many, and they're not really looking and coming to Austin for a job. They're coming for lifestyle. They're coming for the music. They're coming for, we've got Austin City Limits, we've got South by Southwest. So when you start to put these kind of demographics together, along with low interest rates, Austin is really a bargain. Depending on the price range you're in, you have people coming because they're relocating for a job and they're looking to purchase a home. And so you have folks like that, but then you have the folks that are migrating, from California in particular, and they're coming here because we've got, no income tax. The demographics of the kind of lifestyle that you can have. And so for them, that demographic has money. And so the prices are being driven up because if they sell their home for $4 million in California and they come to Austin, Austin's prices, you get a lot more home in Austin than you do from where they're coming from. And they go, hey, what's an extra $100,000 or $200,000? I get the same house for $2.8 million or whatever that number is. So that is driving up the prices. And that's something that obviously impacts people who here in Austin, who live here and maybe are not subject to that kind of demographic or that kind of ability. So that is driving prices up. I think if you look historically and the economics that were involved, there are people saying that we're going to have it's going to have a bust at some point. I personally, and if you look at another side of that equation, there are many people, economists, that feel that that's not going to happen, and here's why. We have a shortage of homes. There are more people right now that want to buy homes. So in 2007, with the mortgage, the subprime mortgage arrangement that we had, you had people that were underwater. You had people that bought homes, prices went down, and so you had this thing called a short sale. I don't believe you're going to see a lot of short sales right now. We do have, I think it's 1.6 or 1.8 million homes that are in forbearance right now, which means that there's been a moratorium on them making payments to the bank. But that's being lifted in September unless that is extended. So theoretically, that's going to take and put people in a position where they're going to have to make good on those mortgages. If they can't, then they're going to likely have to sell. Now, in previous times, they may not have gotten all their money out, so it would be a short sale. A short sale meaning, they owe X dollars to the bank and the property's not worth X dollars after all the back payments and everything they've got to pay. I don't believe you're going to see a lot of that happening as long as the property has been maintained in good condition. My bird's eye view of the Austin market here into the future, I think is very, very bright. We've got as I said before, those factors involved, I don't believe are going to change anytime soon. And with that happen, that gives rise to people wanting to move here. And I think the only thing that can happen at some point, and it does happen in areas, if prices rise so much and it becomes prohibitive to people to buy homes, it may slow it a little bit, but it's not going to stop it.